Hi, we have been in touch with Satyajit and are live with him to talk about the experience at the resort Malad and all general managers can make their employability better in the hospitality industry. I think he should be joining us quite soon. The resort is a property in Malad which has got a lot of celebrities. Blue Hai Pani Pani, Hotstar, we have seen Scam 1992 that was shot in this property. We will be having the general manager, Mr. Satyajit Kotwal, here to talk about his experience at the resort and how general managers can make sure to improvise the working experience at such large properties. We're expecting him very soon. He has been one of the GM I have worked with, who is very active on social media. Usually, general managers are totally occupied in regular operations. They get very less time to spend time in digital. Everyone knows that how important it is. They understand, they realize the importance of being active on Instagram, Facebook, but they are not able to get that much of time out of their regular operations. But he has been one of the general manager I've worked with who spends around half an hour just to make sure that, yes, we should be involved in regular social media activities as well. We as an agency for the resort are very proud to work together, and we brainstorm on weekly basis what new things could be done so that we together achieve some desired targets. Hi Satyajit, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
I got some issue. I am unable to see you. Your voice is coming, but you are not visible.
I don't know, even I'm not able to see me.
Okay. Wait a minute, let me just try.
I think it works.
Yes, great now. So we were talking about some suggestions from your side for the general managers to balance the hiccups or concerns that they have between the owners and the regular operations. It is quite a sensitive topic, therefore I won't be naming any property or any GM, but a broader suggestion for everyone.
So first of all, every general manager working in a hotel to understand if a owner or a managing company has recruited them to take care of the property, it's the GM's responsibility to give them suggestions for improvement, suggestions for effectiveness. However, owner तुम्हारी हर बात सुनेगा ये जरूरी नहीं है. It is your responsibility to give them suggestions. Eventually, it is their property. They know what is best for them.
Correct.
Even if they are wrong, they have the right to be wrong with dignity.
Correct.
And yes, to juggle between the operations and to juggle between the managing company of the owner is something which is a challenge. And it is something which you are able to do only when you spend a good amount of years. It's not something that can happen overnight. Anybody who becomes a hotel GM for the first time, first year is always a challenge because you don't know what is it that is kept in a plate for you. And it is just being true to yourself, it's just being honest at both the parties, whatever is right, whatever is wrong, not hiding anything. Because I feel if you are people may say that at times there are a couple of my HODs have told him that you have a lot of courage. Right. I don't call it as a courage. I just call it as being honest because I have nothing to hide at my work. And hence probably that may reflect as a courage.
Right. So courage, I'm sure they would be saying with the angle because many times I've seen that everyone wants to do organized planning, but just being a newbie in the industry or having been joined the organization very recently, people feel shy to put up their points. But owners do not necessarily look forward for a yes man. They want someone who they have associated just because they can have his or her experience as well to make the working or streamlined.
And owners have recruited a general manager. They haven't recruited a police. Yes. So nobody would want a policing to be done on them.
True, very true. Great. Superb. So we discussed about one point in short, but it did not went live. So again, coming back to one of the most important point for this session, that is for the aspiring hoteliers who would be seeing this video, people who have just completed their hotel management course and want to make some good value in some good brands like Radisson, Marriott, and other properties. Any suggestions for them to run the journey between the education and the practical experience. Yeah. Yes. Now better. So any suggestions for them to?
So I was saying that after everything that has happened in the last 2 years, there are a lot of people who have lost faith on this industry. They probably feel that it's not safe to work here, but
Right.
which is not the case. I mean, if a person has his own skill set, if a person knows his or her work, no
Right.
industry can ever be unsafe or insecure. And whoever wants to jumpstart their career in this supposed to be glamorous industry, they definitely need to develop some skills and practical experience, which will
Right.
help them analyze everything that is, if the industry is getting, there is a lot of evolutions happening. They need to have knowledge to analyze the evolutions and to tackle the changes. And
Yes.
as I was saying, while we were into college, we were always taught the basics. But
Okay.
now is the time for people to access the specialized courses into cookery. There are masters into international hospitality now. While we were into college, we were never taught how to read a balance sheet for a hotel or how to read a profit and loss statement for a hotel. That is something that we realized or we learned only when we started working. If there are specialized
Oh,
courses which help you interpret the hospitality financial data, it is so much more better.
right.
Managing service quality, innovation
Absolutely.
management, revenue management. Revenue management is something which is only
Correct.
coming up in last few years. We were never taught. 15 years ago when we did
Right.
hotel management, this probably word did not even exist apart from a lexicon somewhere. If these are the kind of things which are taught to
True.
students, and or if students take interest and learn all these kind of hot topics outside their periphery of general curriculum, it is so much more better. Revenue management,
They are
hospitality
going to.
finance, ecotourism, environmental
Yes.
tourism, advanced wine knowledge. These are all hospitality trends and hot topics. If you know at least one of it apart from your usual curriculum, you would always be one person who anybody would like to recruit with them. I'll give you one example. I recruited a girl 10 days ago. She joined here as a banquet coordinator. She's a fresh, she's worked somewhere for 6 months and she's
Okay.
done her hotel management. A very good, decent girl.
Hmm.
Not that she had all knowledge about her post for that she was applying. However, she had one skill which probably none of the candidates whom I had interviewed had. Apart from the basic Hindi, Marathi, English, she knows, not knew, she knows French, Spanish, Mandarin.
Okay.
And there was no reason for me to say no to her. Not that I get Spanish and French nationals every day, but it is
Right.
an added quality, which means a person knows something more than what she's expected to know. And
Correct.
these are the kind of people whom you would love to work with.
This is quite this point has quite impacted me, because even when we interview someone, if we are having a person who is intellectual in his own domain, but he can display some portrait wherein he could be wearing multiple hats at the same time, and this being more important in startups or growing organizations like us with the maybe capacity of 50 to 100 total individuals, this becomes a boon. So if someone is handling multiple tasks, nothing better. You are making yourself more employable. Even in hotels, we have
Absolutely.
at we at Full Scoop have been working with 100+ hotels. There is no one fixed job title that every hotel will have this XYZ Marcom or front office manager who will be coordinating with you for digital activities on behalf of hotel. In every hotel, there is some other person. So if
Yes.
hoteliers are listening to this video, it's a important point that if you take more roles and responsibilities, you are adding more value for your general managers and probably
Absolutely.
मोर एम्प्लॉयबल. कहीं पे सर कोई शेफ रहते हैं जो कोऑर्डिनेट करते हैं, कहीं पे फ्रंट ऑफिस मैनेजर, एफ&बी मैनेजर, एंड वन place I'm still surprised that their chef itself, head chef, was so much enthusiastic. He himself had a DSLR camera doing the clicks and all part and sharing to the agencies, which their Marcom or even front office manager was not able to do. So being in the kitchen, being in the background also, he was very much enthusiastic about what goes in their digital marketing.
It's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, it's absolutely essential. It is
Right.
essential. I mean,
Correct.
their own domain, everybody knows. What
Yes.
makes you different is when you know beyond your horizons of domain.
True. And now many of the courses have come, maybe on websites like Udemy, Upgrad, which people can use to do quick certificates. And they are made with a module that you can do it along with your job. Maybe just spending a couple of hours every week, which genuinely gives good knowledge, practical exposure, and also helps you to get the certificate, which will be a star for you. If anyone
So,
wants to any question with Satyajit, the general manager of the Malad, please feel free to put up in the comments. We would be live for next few minutes. So if anything you want to ask, you're more than invited. Uh, Satyajit, anything on the latest trends of social media? Any method that you follow to remain aware with the latest technologies? जैसे IGTV आया था Instagram पे. Instagram have an algorithm wherein they give a lot of free reach to users who use their latest features. जब IGTV आया था, so suddenly it was a hype that YouTube को competition देगा because it has long videos like YouTube. So people posted videos on IGTV and they got crazy kind of response. Same thing happened when Reels came. वो अभी तक चल रहा है. Reels पे if you'll put some video and same video if you are putting on a normal video format in Instagram, Reel will have 3 times better reach compared to a generic video. So identifying these kind of latest features, trends, not in just terms of application features, but also in terms of maybe equipments like I've seen you using DSLR camera and all. So how do you keep yourself updated with the latest features and technologies for being active on social media?
So I am someone who's little technologically challenged. And for me, technology is only basically understanding what is there in front of me. And hence people like you who handle able agencies do social media for us, and they keep us abreast about it and keep us up to date with what is happening and how things should be and should not be done. But whatever little I would know is that it's always the videos and the real thing which is there, and less of stock images or less of graphical images, but the real thing which is there, when it reaches the consumers, they can associate with the product far more than anything which is not the real.
Absolutely. I love this idea, being as original as possible. It helps me to recall a factor we did for one of the property coming in Lonavala, Redison Lonavala. So there they wanted to place a hoarding on the hottest property in India, that is the Mumbai-Pune highway. We were brainstorming what should be done, what kind of design should go on this kind of hoarding. So their general managers and all brainstormed and came up with the idea that we should place 70% chef's image and 20% would be about the hotel launching. So they made their chef their celebrity, and when users were seeing the hoarding part, they were visiting the property and they were seeing the same chef coming to their own table just for asking, hope your experience is going good. They feel important.
Wow.
Made your chef first. Second, that celebrity you are requesting to visit to people so that they have the important feeling that you want to give to your users.
Nothing can ever leave the human contact and a human connect that a hotel can have with the guest. That is something which is the best thing. So no matter what we talk about AI, no matter any kind of technology coming in, human beings can never replace that service factor, can never replace in any hotel.
You're right. Instead, I've seen many properties who have some candidates working with that property since several years now, 5 years, 10 years. Their hotel looks so dependent on them because they know property in and out. Right from pre-launch phase to 10 years fast forward, they have been working along. Their guests, their vendors, everybody know them on the total view. So that makes them
this Sunday. I think last Sunday, while we had a Sunday brunch, I was meeting some guests, and if typically every hotel F&B service, the churning keeps on happening. Aana jana laga rehta hai attrition. So there were these 2 guests whom I met, and that the first thing that they said is, I can see a lot of new faces. So it's people also who are able to remember the employees, connect with them, they feel nice. It's always a two-way thing. Just as the way we recollect a guest, even guests recollect the employees.
And that probably gives them the comfort zone to revisit. Calling the guest first time at your hotel is not a challenge at all. They'll come for the first time by themselves. Calling them for the second and third time is the real challenge. So if you are able to the human connect in the first visit, they'll have a comfort zone. Next time जब भी आना है, quick call किया to reserve the table or to have the room blocked, and they'll directly walk in. Comfort zone is something first thing to call your guest at your place.
True.
Yes. Great. Anything, Satyajit, you'd like to ask on the other side of the table, that is on the social media agency part or creative part?
I would want you to tell us that now this is an industry which keeps evolving. There is so much that happens every day. How do you keep yourself aware about everything that is happening across the globe? Because I'm sure one person, you cannot sit and read everything, neither can you go through everything on the internet. What is it that makes you feel that, yes, this is something which is probably new age, it's going to be there relevant for a few more months, I should adopt it?
So the one and only thing that I personally do to make sure that we stay updated with the latest trends or upcoming features that are going to be on social media is to give 30 minutes of your time in best of your slot every single day just to do the basic research. Like I talked about Udemy and Upgrad few minutes back, I personally just have started the course from Wharton University on digital marketing specifically. That is a 6 months course, but it even in online format gives you so much of knowledge that you feel yourself more knowledgeable after completing the course. We all have done our particular qualification, right? But it is like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years before everyone who's employed right now. But after we come into the career, after we come into a particular industry, we feel that our total time goes into that. We forget anything about how we can do more education, higher education. But these latest things, and Upgrade, I was surprised to know, was started by Ronnie Screwwala. So that itself gave big value and trust factor कि मतलब कुछ अच्छा ही होगा अगर उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया. He is an inspiring entrepreneur for younger entrepreneurs like us. तो उन्होंने चालू किया मतलब कुछ दम होगा. Let us see best of the course, and I recently scrolled and enrolled for the Wharton University course. So such kind of courses could be done. First, second, besides Upgrad, Udemy is the course जहाँ पे और compact courses होते हैं. Upgrad gives you larger courses for 4 to 6 months. Udemy can give you few hours of courses. 2 घंटे का एक छोटा सा Instagram वीडियो है in 300-400 rupees, not much. ये पता होना बड़ी बात नहीं है. इसको फिर एग्जीक्यूट कैसे करते हैं वो बड़ी बात है, बिकॉज टाइम निकालना सबसे बड़ा challenge है. One of the business coach I was into tie up with taught me one thing which I still follow and recall, that you should have a time frame on your desk if you start the office at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. to 11 a.m, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. आप क्या कर रहे हैं 10 to 7 p.m. के ऐसे पूरे slots आपके desk पे रखे रहने चाहिए. So he helped me to create a diary sort of thing in which date was mentioned on the top, and for entire month one common notebook kind of thing he gave to me. I started noting that 10 to 11 I'm doing these things, 11 to 12 I'm doing these things. After few days, Satyajit ji, it helped me to know कहाँ पे मेरा time ज़्यादा waste हो रहा है, so that I can eliminate those things and I could focus more on the tasks that are more important to me. Plus, एक बार आप not productive task हटा देते हैं, so you have a lot of time on your notebook where you can put this particular thing that I need to do R&D between 4 to 5 p.m. Lastly, every human being has a particular slot in the entire day, which is the most productive slot for him. It can be 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. for me. It can be 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. for you. Or maybe late in the evening, जब पूरा काम टेंशन खत्म हो गया है, instead of going at home, this 1 hour I'll keep blocked for myself. तो जो भी इंडिविजुअल के लिए सबसे हाईएस्ट प्रोडक्टिव या पावरफुल टाइम है, उस टाइम को आप अपने पेंडिंग टास्क के सबसे टॉप प्रायोरिटी पॉइंट पे अगर देंगे तो योर रिस्पॉन्स विल बी बेटर. सो इट इज अबाउट मैचिंग द कॉलम. यू हैव टू डू 10 टास्क टुडे. टॉप टास्क, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट टास्क कौन सी है? दिस XYZ. आपके 9 आवर्स है वर्किंग के, उसमें सबसे प्रोडक्टिव टाइम कौन सा रहता है? 4 to 5 p.m. सो मैच दैट प्रायोरिटी टास्क विथ योर मोस्ट प्रोडक्टिव आवर. इफ यू कैन डू दिस, you would be very productive.
Awesome. I should also replicate this.
It should. Instead, I'll be happy to share that format. That business coach was quite young, 25, 27 years, but I was happy to associate because I love to keep trying. मतलब कुछ नुकसान नहीं होगा. कोई भी आया कहीं से कुछ कोर्स मिल रहा है, कुछ ना कुछ ट्राई करते रहें, तो either we learn something or we won't go in negative in any way.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Great.
Super. Done, sir. I think that was a real good value-adding time with you. Thank you for sparing time.
Thank you for inviting me, and there's a couple of things that even I learned new. I'm happy.
I'm happy as well. All right. Thank you. Look forward to see you soon. Bye.
Bye.